All right. Good morning, everyone. It is June 28th, 2023. We have a 4-day weekend for hit and run candlesticks, right way options, and BYOB trading. This weekend, we'll be taking off Saturday, Sunday, and Monday and Tuesday. We will not be in. We have a 4-day weekend in observance of the 4th of July, Independence Day. Just letting everyone know. All right, let me get something else out of the way. Jerome Powell will be speaking today at 9:30, so we can expect a little volatility here in the first 2 hours, maybe even first 4 hours. So let's take a look at the market. Well, let me see where I want to start. Let's start off with T2122. All right. So T2122 is in the buy zone. That's great for the bulls. So that's looking good. T2123 trend indicator is green. That's looking good for the bulls. T2123 on the 3-bar chart, a little bit of space there between trend indicator and price action. That's looking good for the bulls. Now, we'll head back to the IWM. Oh, I do that every time. And back here. So this is a 15-minute chart of the IWM. I'll flip to the hourly so you can see it there. This is the recent seven-day pullback or 6-day pullback right there. So there's our pullback. So let's just take a look at it with the quad lines in there from the high to the low. And let's just look to see how close we came to hitting the midpoint. Okay, see, we hit these tails right up here. Remember, I was talking about minor resistance yesterday. I did a webinar on minor resistance at 1 o'clock in the combo room. So you can see where these tails interlock with these tails that are coming down. That's your minor resistance. That would be in this area. Let me take that off, grab this right here. That would be these tails right through here. Okay, that's your minor resistance right through there. And where did we come up to? The minor resistance right there. Okay, so we stopped yesterday at the minor resistance. Doesn't mean that's where we are going to stop. It's just where we stopped for the day. Okay, now what I would like to see is for us to work our way and grind our way up against this midpoint line for probably, maybe a day and a half or so, and then hopefully transition on top of it, bull flag a little bit more, and then move back up to challenge these highs up here. That's what I'm looking for to happen. Okay, now it's a possibility Jerry speaks and we come all the way back down and test the lows one more time. So we'll see what's going to happen this morning. So there's the IWM. Now we're going to go back to, now we're going to head on over to, let's just go do the diamonds. All right, so here's the diamonds. So we'll take the quad lines, put those in. Here's your 7-day or 6-day pullback here. Not even getting close to the midpoint here, but where were they stop? At the minor resistance overhead. See the tails sticking down. Notice the highs kind of come right into the bodies of these candles sticking down. There's your minor resistance. So what we need to happen is for a bull flag to materialize, hopefully, and then grind their way up to the midpoint. That's what we need to happen for the bulls. Otherwise, we may be back down after grinding up here for a few hours. They may decide we can't get through, run back down and test the lows one more time. So we'll see what happens there on the diamonds. Now let's go look at the QQQ. QQQ. Here's the 7-day pullback or 6-day pullback. Okay, so QQQ, relatively strong. QQQ back up here as back at challenging the major support area. They don't even have a minor support. Well, they slipped through it. This would have been their minor support area right through here. Would be these tails down there. Okay, and you can see now they are up here above the minor support. They are now challenging their major support area right up here. Okay, right over this base of 3 or 4 or 5 days right there. So this is an hourly chart. You can see the Qs challenging the major support area. So what would we like to see happen out of the Qs? Well, we want to see them bull flag right up against this midpoint area for, maybe a day and a half. That would be nice. And then work their way up through the midpoint. Otherwise, if they fail to do that, we could see them come back down and test the lows one more time. So that's what we're looking at in the QQQ. So now let's go take a look at FNGU. All right, this is the big boy. This is the big one that carries the whole market on its shoulders. Here's the 7-day pullback for the FNGU. And let's just look at it with the quad lines on it. Okay. So here's the FNGU. You can see the price action over here on the right side. Look over to the left. This is where you want to be a student of price action so you can see what is going on. So here we are. We'll take the drawing tools out. And where are they? Well, this would be the minor resistance because it's overhead when we started out yesterday. So they are up into this minor resistance area. Notice just underneath the quad line midpoint. So here's FNGU trying to get through the minor resistance. If they fail, if they spend a little time here and they can't get through, they may have a bull flag and then failed breakout. We can expect them to probably come back down and challenge the lows down here again. All right. What we'd like to see is the bull flag for probably, a day and a half, maybe even 6 hours, and then eventually work their way up and challenge the midpoint. What do we have at the midpoint? That's our major resistance. That would be the tails that are sticking up. So all of this up here, that's our major resistance. Minor resistance underneath, that's what we were challenging yesterday evening. Okay, so we had a 2-hour downtrend in the markets, and it looks like FNGU had probably a 4-hour downtrend. If you look at this red trend indicators there, it probably qualified for the 2-hour downtrend, but you can see they're in the process of trying to break this downtrend that they're currently in. Okay, and we'll head back over to let's go look at the IWM first. You can see they're still in their 2-hour downtrend, and they're in the process of, let me see what I can get the arrow and make it small. You can see they're in their 2-hour downtrend, trying to break that 2-hour downtrend. All right, they haven't broken through it yet. They're trying. Okay, so they would trash that one and head on over to QQQ. Same thing's happening there. Same thing's happening there. They're trying to break their 2-hour downtrend. See the challenging going on right here? All right, then we'll head on over to the diamonds. And you can see they are also trying to challenge and break through their 2-hour downtrend. See the 2-hour downtrend we have going on. So you need to break through, get up on over the midpoint, and start bull flagging and working their way back up to these highs. That's what we're looking for. All right, so now let's go look at the SPY. So here we are with the SPY. Here's a 1-hour chart of the SPY trying to break its 2-hour downtrend right there on SPY. That cannot be the SPY. The SPY is not at 174. Let me try this one more time. All right, I'm having technical difficulties here. Yeah, charts are not changing. Huh. Well, give me just a second. I'm going to reboot this. All right. Sorry about that, folks. Yes, Houston, Dallas, everywhere. We have a problem. All right, now here we go. Okay, so here's the 2-hour downtrend in the SPY. We're back in business. All right. So here's the 2-hour downtrend. You can see the SPY has seemed to have poked through its 2-hour downtrend. Now, I'd like to see it continue on up or possibly come back, test the downtrend line, the backside of it, and then rally off of it. We'll see what happens, or if it gets sent back down to challenge the lows one more time. So let me trash that, and let's look at this on a different one. Let's look at this right here. Okay, here's our 1-hour chart, our downtrend line. You can see us challenging right there. My pivot for today, 434.35. How did I get my pivot today? Well, yesterday was a beautiful trend day, and there wasn't a whole lot of common ground on the chart. So I had to look at prior day's price action. So I had some common ground right through here on this chart. You can see right about right here. I had some common ground. And then I also had some common ground right through here and right up there. So you can see as I take the crosshairs down and I move them up, you can see I have multiple touches in those spots. So I chose 434.35. Couldn't really use, the bottoms and the lows because we're way up here. I needed something that's going to be relevant to the price action as it comes back down through. So that's 434.35. Makes it difficult to start to create a pivot when you just trend up all day long in a straight line. Now, note the price action of yesterday's movement, okay, is just straight up almost all day long. All right. So it's possible after moving straight up all day long, not grinding up, moving too far, too fast, it could come down just as fast as it went back, as it went up. All right. There's always that possibility. And because Jerry's speaking, that only increases the odds of it doing the same thing. All right. So what we'd like to see happen is bull flag over to the right and then make its way back up to the midpoint. And we'll slap the quad lines in there. And you can see how close we came to the midpoint. So that was our 10-minute chart. I'm going to flip out to the hourly. And I'm going to zoom in here. And you can see we came right up into, we went right through minor resistance overhead. Now they're challenging the major resistance, which happens to lie just in the midpoint area right up here. Let me use my pen, try to circle that for you. So this would be the major resistance area, would be these tails that stick up through here, all of this area right up here over the midpoint. All of this is going to be our major resistance. So there we are with the SPY, and you see how I got my midpoint, and market's looking good. I just want to go over a few stocks we got Amazon, and Amazon is on a daily chart. We have a little MMRP. There is the igniting candle, the pause, the check of support. We're looking for 3 candles to produce some upside movement. We'll see what happens. Again, here's the first price advancement candle. Again, we want the second price advancement candle to make a higher low and a higher high on Amazon. All right, so there's the MMRP for Amazon and PSTG. We have another MMRP, and that is on the 3-day pattern. Or I think it's the 5-day pattern. Yeah. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's your igniting move up. Surprised I don't have it. Here we are. Igniting move up. There's your pause, check of support, first igniting move, second igniting move, first price advancement move, second price advancement move, and we're looking for a third price advancement move right here. So we'll see if that's going to work out today. So there's the MMRP on PSTG, and we have one on Amazon. I think we also have one on the transports. Let's go look at the transports. Igniting move up, 4-bar move up, 4-bar rest, check of support. Now we have one first price advancement candle, price advancement move right here. And then we're looking for 2 more that produce higher lows and higher highs. Now, these are grouped in 4-day candles. So the next group of 4-day candles may start here, but make a higher high up here. Okay. And then the following group, the third group, should make a higher low here and a higher high up there. You understand what I'm saying? They come in groups of 4. So that does not mean everything's going to move up in a straight line. What I'm saying is you start here and right there. So this group of 4, you're going to measure off the high and the low, and you're going to look for the next group of 4 candles to make a higher low and a higher high. So there is the 4-day MMRP for the transports. Transports had a whopper day yesterday. If you look at charts like Delta Airlines, put in a beautiful candle there. Royal Caribbean put in a nice candle there. Nice move on Royal Caribbean. NCLH put in a nice candle coming back off of that red candle there. So transports are really kicking it into gear right now. If we could just get the XLF in gear, we would have a pretty good, robust rally. So let's just go look at the transports one more time on the daily chart. You can see we're in a nice uptrend in the middle of an MMRP, re-challenging the recent highs up here, right now. So I'd like to see that get back up over those recent highs. So there's a good possibility we could make new highs here in July for the IYT for this year. All right, so there's the IYT, nice uptrend there. Nice cup. Look for maybe a handle. If that's not the handle, that could be. We'll see that. XLF, this is our financials. We need our financials to climb back over this midpoint. Now, it's possible right here, they're making a higher low. It's possible. They're in a 2-hour downtrend. We'll see what happens. But anytime you got a higher low, I like to say pressure is going to be on the bulls to produce the higher high. So here they came back and they checked minor support. See, that would be these candles sticking up. Bouncing off of minor support here. Be nice to see them rally back up through this midpoint and challenge the major resistance, which would be this tail candle, these two candles up here, and these two there. So that's what we'd like to see happen. And if we could get that going, we could see 450, maybe even 460. You know the markets, they like to take it a little bit too far sometimes. So we could be challenging 450, 460, maybe soon, sometime in July. We'll see what happens. Okay, so here's the XLF putting in the higher low right there. Another one trying to put in the higher low. If you look at the hourly chart, look across the indices, got a higher low on XLF right there. That's if they get continuation. Remember, our marching orders from last night were we had nice green daily candles on a lot of these indices and ETFs. So the marching orders were to look for the follow through for this morning. So there's the XLF, SPY. Got a little higher low going on there. So when we get the higher low, pressure is going to be on the bulls to produce the higher high back up here. So possible higher low noted right here. Normal price action comes back to what? Minor support right there, bouncing off of minor support. And now we want it to complete the next leg up. That would be the next higher high. Okay, so that's what we got on SPY. Higher low, QQQ. We can go right down the market, higher low. Okay, see here's our last low. Now we got a higher low. IWM. What do we got? Another higher low. Here's our last low. Another higher low on IWM right here. I'm on the 1-hour chart. Diamonds. Last low, higher low. Okay. Now, if we fail to make that higher high, what we're going to be looking at is possible head and shoulders patterns on all four indices. So that's talking a little bit into the future. Let's not get ahead of ourselves, but that's where we're at right now. So this is just watching the price action. Notice it's bouncing right where we want it to bounce on the minor support. So that's it for this morning, and I'm going to hit the recorder and take a few questions. Get back to my chat.